The Western power is interested in maintaining a relationship of exploitation.
Welcome once again to Noble TV Live. My name is Valentine Agogo, and I'm here on set with Mr. Gray Amona. Nice having you on set, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so very quick one, sir. You know, Niger, the juntas have started recruiting their citizens to be part of the army because they want to have a formidable force. And that's because of the recent update of Ecowas giving them a deadline to step down from their military rule. And if that's not done, the deadline elapses, the attack will commence. So how would you see this whole process of, we've actually been talking about this Niger stuff, but recently the boldness and the firmness of the new military head in Niger, who is saying that if ECOWAS and the rest of the world cannot wait for a 3-year transition, they can go ahead and do whatever they want to do, but be ready for the repercussion of their actions. So what would you have to say about this?
It shows that the diplomatic scenario in the West African sub-region has nearly completely gone out of control. Because a cultivated individual, transforms to a well-ordered society. Society derives from the individual.
Yeah.
Just as society precedes politics. So, if ECOWAS and the junta could not come to an agreement, it tells you that somehow the institutional maturation process, generally speaking, is deficient. ECOWAS cannot, see reason to maintain some patient, composure, and the Nigerians, obviously, a military junta, as it were, does not actually connect with the vaguest notion of political maturation, because whichever way you look at it, that theory still holds that the most benevolent, the most auspicious military regime is worse than the most unwanted democracy. That tells you that anywhere in the world, the military is seen as an aberration. Now, spoiling for war, spoiling for armed intervention, is not welcome, whichever we look at it, on the part of the ECOWAS platform. The ECOWAS is the member state structure, is institutionally sufficient to muster the necessary diplomatic channel to ensure that at the end of the day, there are two things there. It's an ego problem. The junta, is unable to actually wake up to the realization that no, this situation, is not welcome. Now, on the part of the ECOWAS platform, the inability to exhaust every facet of the diplomatic channel to come to an agreement shows that somehow there is something missing. And let me tell you, whichever you look at it, the world does not actually see the ECOWAS platform as an intrinsic thing. They see it as a Nigerian thing.
Yeah, Nigerian thing, basically.
They see it as an intrinsically Nigerian thing. And it's an attempt to actually look for an excuse from weathering the storm at home. The storm at home is mainly economic. There's hardship. So you are looking for some kind of justificatory premise outside the domestic front.
Domestic front, true.
That's on the part of the Nigerian. Yeah. So the war actually sees it, intently as a mainly Nigerian involvement. So deciding on option of fighting will not help matters at all.
Before the Niger coup, we've had other coups that happened in Africa. Yes. We had the Mali coup, we had the Guinean coup, we had the Burkina Faso coup. Yes. But why is Niger's coup making so much noise?
It's making so much noise because of the mineral resource there, uranium.
Okay. Yes. And who are the primary beneficiaries of that uranium?
The Francophone Society. And don't forget that the main Western powers that jostled for Africa were Britain and France. That's why, if you look at the geography of Africa, it is shared between Paris and London.
London, yeah.
You understand? So it tells you that more than 300 years after the slave trade and slavery, and after more than 4 decades of colonial imposition, Western powers are still interested in Africa.
Africa, yes.
So the unusual interest in the affairs in Niamey is about the jolt to the French ego. They actually want, because if this jostle and insistence on controlling uranium is relaxed, it will affect the material situation back home in France.
But currently, the juntas have actually stopped the flow of uranium to France.
That is why
so it's triggering a lot of...
France is calling for a retention of the old production relations. And if it's not retained, it will worsen matters for them.
But I think the French are to blame in this situation, kind of, because what's it called? Niger, they are a very small population. Very, very small population. Yeah. They could have been easily taken care of by France. Easily taken care of. And this would have, the military coup would have taken place in the first place. It would never have happened. All right. And now, I think it's our France to also think of taking a diplomatic approach with some economic approach, some infrastructural approach to this issue. They are going the angle of instigating Ecowas to go to war, which is Nigeria, basically, to go to war.
Yes. The mind of the exploiter is purely opportunistic. All other considerations are secondary. The most important thing is the short-term benefit and gain. So exploring the infrastructural option, others, that are the most important thing is how is this development harmful or beneficial to our interest. Imperialism is a high stage of capitalism. That's what Vladimir Lenin said. The Western power is interested in maintaining a relationship of exploitation. So the junta is like a Red Bull, a red flag bull. How Paris sees the junta? It's like waving a red flag bull. They are incensed, beyond measure. So the intention is now to use the ECOWAS platform, mainly capitalizing on the preponderance of Nigerian interests to ensure that they carry the battle, so that is why you see that Russia is also watching.
Yeah.
Because anything that involves a contradiction between Western, interest and the Russia, China, North Korea, the rest of them, they push that prospect vociferously to ensure that they maintain that same grip.
Yeah, that grip.
So right now, about Niger, the contradiction, the scenario of the Cold War is returning to the front burner.
Wow.
The contradiction between Western powers, and the socialist communist bloc.
So the junta leader has said if they don't wait for a 3-year transition, the ECOWAS and any other African country that is affiliated with the attack, of course, which is Nigeria primarily, should be ready for the repercussions. So I believe they already have the support of Burkina Faso army. They have the support of
their fellow coup.
Mali army. They have the support of Guinea army. They have the support of Algeria, who is not even close to them. But Algeria, of course, I'm not going to go into that now. There's a reason why Algeria is supporting. Algeria is also using this as an opportunity.
You have Tuaregs in Algeria. You have Tuaregs in Niger.
Yeah.
And there is that bond.
There's that bond. So they already have, they share history. Okay, so Algeria is also volunteering to join. So it's not going to be a walkover like the president.
Militarily.
Yes, military. It's not going to be a walkover like the president, like ECOWAS think. That's why the man said they should go ahead, but ready for the repercussion. How do you see this repercussion? Because Nigerians don't want war. And if anything goes wrong, we will be the first benefit, not France. Not US will be the first beneficiaries of these side effects or repercussion that he's promising.
Yes, insurrectional development in the form of military, confrontation, will worsen Nigeria's budgetary, calculations. Beyond economic, beyond economic front, you now go into the political, military, and that is more, constraint on the economic planning corridor for the Nigerian state. Don't forget that the Tinubu presidency is still young. The presidency is still young institutionally and materially. So the ability to now muster resources to commence, contention on another front will add to what is, it's already holding. And don't forget, well, when other powers come in, the conflict theater is more internationalized. So you have extension of the theater of contention. You in armed confrontation, you also look for the antecedents. In 1967, when Nigeria was about to embark on the Biafran, imbroglio, they called it police action in a rather condescending manner. They didn't know that other states were involved. Before you could say Jack Robinson, Libreville recognized Biafra.
Okay.
Dar es Salaam recognized Biafra. It was more internationalized. America and Israel were playing a kind of wait and see, a diplomatic wait and see, but underneath, they now conceptualize the conflict in terms of Muslims and Christians. You understand? So if Niamey and Lagos, Bathurst, Freetown, and all the entire Ecowas family, if they are involved in this kind of armed confrontation, it's important. Don't forget, the mercenary element, in world politics is strong. There are some people who are just need to be involved in mercenary involvement.
Very true.
You understand?
Yeah, very true.
When we come to the local front, we should not forget that people like late Achizwa was a professional mercenary. He fought in the Korean War, fought in other wars, and also, gleefully went to Nigeria to fight on the Biafran side. You understand? Yeah. So conflict has this kind of magnetic pull, on the world political and military scenario. So
bottom line is not going to be a very funny one.
It is not going to be picnic at all.
Yeah, it's not going to be picnic at all. All right, so we heard a lot from Mr. Gray Amona, who has addressed the issue the way it is, and we are hoping the diplomatic approach towards this will be reinstated and resolved, and most importantly, let the Nigerians breathe. All right, let them breathe. The people are celebrating the military rule. No matter how bad the military government may be, we're not here to support military rule, but the people involved are celebrating it. All right, and they are enlisting to join the army to fight whatever forces are going to come to them. Civilians. So a lot of civilians are going to be dying if this war breaks out, and dying in the hands of Ecowas, basically Nigerian army. That would be a nice picture. It would be a nice picture. So we're hoping that the delegates who have been going and are still going, Abdul Salami and co and others, we're hoping that their diplomacy would yield a positive result. And ECOWAS might just chill off and refuse to be manipulated by the West to go into a war that actually doesn't concern them originally, because this is not the first coup taking place in Africa. Why is it the most important coup? For more Noble TV Live, I want to say thank you. Please do like, share, drop your comments, and don't forget to subscribe. And most importantly, please click on the notification button to get similar prompt updates. Thank you.